twist and sway. Every turn and edge of an epic play. In the world of racing we come out to play. Oh, we love the sound of tearing steel, crashing race cars in this pack. Feel the rush that makes the heart beat fast. In this mad race where nothing is real. Gunning the throttle, no time for fear. In this gray smoke we disappear, chasing shadows in the blur of fear. Crashing race cars make it loud and clear. We're the kings of the asphalt might, stars in the dark of the roaring night. Crashing race cars, eyes closed tight, we live in the blink of sight. Oh, we love the sound of tearing steel, crashing race cars in this pack. Feel the rush that makes the heart beat fast. In this mad race where nothing is real. Gunning the throttle, no time for fear. In this gray smoke we disappear. In this gray smoke we disappear, chasing shadows in the blur of fear. Running the throttle, no time for fear. We're the kings of the asphalt might, stars in the dark of the roaring night. Crashing race cars, eyes closed tight, we live in the blink of sight. Oh, we love the sound of tearing steel, crashing race cars in this pack. Feel the rush that makes the heart beat fast. In this mad race where nothing is real. Tire skids and sparks flying in the fray. Engines roaring as we twist and sway. The smoke rises to clear the way. In the world of racing we come out to play.
Good time zones, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the season opening of the Next Level Gaming Community ARCA Series Season 2, live from the world famous Daytona International Speedway. I am Mike Taylor up here in the booth today. Today, we are bringing you 75 laps of non-stop speed, drafting chaos, and edge of your seat racing. The air is buzzing here in Daytona. The track is prepped to perfection, and the drivers are ready to throw down in a battle for glory. Joining me up here in the booth today is none other than my good friend Dakota LaRue. The energy here is electric, and you can feel the tension in every car that is currently on track. We are awaiting for Dakota to return to his seat. But until then, ladies and gentlemen, we are getting ready to head out into our qualifying portion of our event here tonight. Will Byers, he is looking to reclaim the championship in his number 53 machine with a brand new look this season. As you know, let's go and take a quick look up here. He is sporting that number 53 McDonald's car, it seems. But you know, as always, I should always check my trading paints, make sure that is fully up to date.
No, I believe your trading paints is fine, as I just loaded mine as we loaded into the race.
Beautiful. Well, Dakota, as you see, Will Byers heading towards that inside wall full speed. What does he go? Whoa! Up into the air, hard into the wall, and he will tumble down in turns 1 and 2. Apparently, this is not the first time that he has done this tonight. As
the man's just getting ready for Daytona, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. On top of our on top of the practice is currently Kevin Allen in that number 77 machine. And he's put down a lap time here of a... Help if I turn this side on. 47.796. So that's an incredible time there for Kevin Allen, as we are now switching over into our qualifying session as we get these drivers set up for round number 1 of season 2 right here at Daytona. And the first one to roll out is going to be Richard Walls in that number 92 Aaron's Ford Mustang.
So, I would like to say, you know, starting the season off at a night race at Daytona is a interesting feat here, as normally the first race of the season is during the daytime, but, you know, I mean, a nighttime race is going to make for a lot of fun here, as we got 100 lap, or, whoop, I was looking at the wrong information, sorry about that. But it allows for cooler track temps, and you know, there's a decent bit of humidity today, which is also going to bog these cars out and stuff. Even with it being dark and the cooler track temps, these cars might not run, you know, as fast as they can typically, but it's still going to be some high-speed action today.
Yeah, definitely anticipating that here today. As I just realized, the HUD is not showing in the broadcast. So give me just a moment. Let me get that updated here and refreshed for you guys, so that you guys can take a look here at our weather here. 3, 2, 1, presto. Maybe. And you know how it goes, Dakota. See if it will refresh now. If not, I will just grab we'll delete this one and bring in a brand new one. Alright, let's see if this one will transfer in here. Ugh. You know, why is it that I have good, you know, broadcast over on Racers Elite and the other one that I do it for, but for some odd reason I can't get it right on my own channel?
You might just have to close it out and pull it back up. Sometimes that fixes it. I know that's a rough
I
thing
know
to do.
that's what I
But
did. But let me go ahead and just bring it all up again and see what happens.
for right now, as we're in qualifying, apparently mine's tripping out too. Awesome. We'd love to see it.
Good. It's good to know that I'm not the only one having that issue. As we ride on board now here with James Gagnier and that number 30 machine. So I got that reloaded over here on my end. Let's see if this is going to finally shake it up, bake it up for me here.
Anyways, Will Byers with the pole so far, and Tyler Campbell coming in second with James in third, Jay-Z Bennett in fourth, Scott Milner in fifth, Richard Walls in sixth so far. Still a couple people left to qualify. Joseph Dow Jr. in that 45 going to be taking over P5 as he just finished his second lap.
As he goes for a tumble down here in turn number 1. There it goes. Now you guys are not left in the dark. Alright, so real quick, our temperature out here is 77 degrees with winds at northeast at 4 miles per hour, partly cloudy, and the humidity is sitting at just about 57%. So we've got decent weather out here in Daytona for you guys tonight, and that just means we're going to have some really amazing racing as we see Kyle Davidson work his way now here through turns 3 and 4, and he's going to bring it down to the start finish line.
Yeah, we also got Jeremy Oliver out there, I believe, on his second lap. Oh, he fooled me.
As you guys take a look here, it looks like we've got Alan Reinhart in that number 25 Red Bull Toyota. He's coming down the back straightaway here once again. You know, is it just me, or is just single cars here at Daytona really quiet?
The point of view I'm watching from, they are pretty quiet, but I mean, it could just be because it's the ARCA car, to be fair.
I mean, I guess it would help if I turn up my headset.
Yeah, might have as well.
Whoops, my bad.
Let's show you Sneakers is out on the track as well.
On me for some freaking reason. Why, I don't know.
Listen, man, the streaming's been going way too well the past couple of days, and it's just decided that it's time to give you a rough time, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's probably exactly it. You're probably right. Alright, as Joe Usnickus puts down a lap time of a 51.061. I do apologize, everybody. My OBS, the software that I stream on, decided to go crash on me. So I do apologize about that. Not exactly sure what's up with that this time. But yeah, I mean, it's all stable. Everything's looking nice and beautiful on it. So I don't exactly know what's up with it, but Joe Yusnickas, he'll come down and back into the tri-oval now to finish his second lap there, and he will stay fifth there with a 51.061. And so that means everybody has put down a qualifying lap except the number 77 of Kevin Allen. Let me head over to the YouTube channel real quick and see what it's all looking like over there.
Yeah, for some reason it's telling me Kevin Allen's got pole along with Will Byers, but yeah, I'm just having a little bit of issues myself, bud.
It's all right. Beautiful. All right, so the stream is still going where it's supposed to be. That's a good thing. Hello, everybody. Again, yeah. So trying to figure out everything, how everything is supposed to exactly be laid out here, as we are gridding up now. So let's go ahead and let's take a look here at our starting lineup, and we'll get this thing underway, ladies and gentlemen, for round number 1 for the Next Level 75 right here at Daytona International Speedway. On the pole, with no surprise, it's going to be Will Byers for Eclipse Motorsports in that number 53 machine. And down second, starting second, is going to be Tyler Campbell in that number 37 machine. Row number 2, James Gagnier in the number 30 with Kyle Davidson in the number 6 to his outside. Joe Yusnickas and Alan Reinhart in the number 89 and 25 will round out your row 3. Row number 4, you have Jay-Z Bennett down in that 7th spot. Into his outside, it's going to be Joseph Dye in the number 45 machine. Christopher Rosca in the 00 machine. He's going to be out there inside row number 5. And to his outside is going to be none other than Scott Milner in that number 31 machine. Row number 6, Richard Walls and Dustin Harding. Row 7, you have Freddie Dunaway and Tom Barish out there. Row number 6, row 6. We're working row number 8 now. It's going to be Sonny Soljanovic. So we just call him Sonny. And that number 401 machine. And to his outside, it's going to be that number 44 machine of Jeremy Oliver. Owen Christensen and Kevin Allen will round out your field for today. And the pace car is coming off of the pit lane as we speak. So ladies and gentlemen, we are getting ready for a lot of fun here. 75 laps around Daytona. What are you anticipating here tonight as we get underway?
Well, after what I've seen from these drivers the past couple of weeks, I'm expecting some good hard racing, and hopefully we keep it clean in the process.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. This group is always put on a phenomenal show, no matter where we go. And Will Byers, he's looking to double up on his championship run that he had last season. And he's looking to become the first two-time champion. But there's other people out here in this crowd that they're looking to knock him off and not allow him to go back-to-back championships. So this is going to be very interesting as we get ready to go green flag here at Daytona. $75 laps around this 2.5 mile speedway, and we're gonna be running 187.5 miles, give or take, take some miles on that if we do end up going overtime. But Dakota, are you ready for some racing here at Daytona?
Yes, sir. As I believe the pace car is getting ready to pull off this time. We're gonna have Will Byers and Tyler Campbell leading us to the green here, and I'm interested to see if the outside line's gonna be able to compete today.
Absolutely, and
As they're green, green, green.
we are green flag racing for for season number 2 for the Next Level Gaming Community ARCA Series right here at Daytona International Speedway, as these drivers will roar down here into turn number 1 for the first time, as they will continue to run side by side through turns 1 and 2 back onto the back straightaway, as these cars are still getting up to speed. But right now, Will Byers has a decent lead over Tyler Campbell in that number 37 on the outside.
Yeah, but what a start from Tyler Campbell on the outside as he almost got clear of Will Byers up there. I'm very surprised at that.
Yeah, absolutely. As you see that 30 of James Gagnier pushing Will Byers out front. He's not leaving the back bumper of Will Byers, as you see Tyler Campbell there. He is currently has enough room to move down, but I think he's going to wait until Kyle Davidson in that number 6 moves down with him as they dive down into turn number 1. As Campbell, he will stay on that outside lane. Okay, keep me updated.
And yeah, he's probably gonna stay on the outside lane as you know, you don't want to bite the hand that feeds you, as they'll say and go. And the number 6 is definitely working really well with him so far, and he's probably just wanting them to be there later in this race and doesn't want to burn bridges this early.
Yeah, definitely. It's, you know, we are only talking lap 4, and with it being a restrictor plate race, you definitely want to have all the help that you can get, especially as we start to wind down in the closing laps. And so far, nobody's really doing anything insane, you know, pushing wise or anything, as we have one car get in the wall. That 4th car on the outside, I believe that might have been Rosca? No? That number 45 machine there of Joseph Dye Jr. But he will go ahead and keep his car facing the correct direction, and he'll stay with that outside lane.
Yeah, and can you do me a favor and cut the Discord up just a tad a bit?
I already did.
All right, thank you very much. As the inside line working pretty well here, and look at that, Joe U. Snippet's already got 2 spots sitting in that P3 on the inside. What a surprise out of him. Sarcasm, by the way, as he typically runs pretty good at these, you know, super speedway top races.
Soljanovic. Let me see that. Jamie G says to pronounce Sonny's last name, it's Soljanovic. As we have a caution out on the speedway, Joseph Dye in that number 45 machine is around.
Yeah, speaking of Sonny there, he went down pit road that last time by. I'm not quite sure what happened to him.
Well, that is absolutely a blessing in disguise for that driver of the number 401 Ford Mustang, as, you know, he had to come down pit road, and then he came back out, and, well, he got blessed with a caution. So let's go ahead and go back. Let's take a look now and see what happened to our friend Joseph Dye. Heading up here into turn number 3. Just a big checkup in front of him, and he came right down in front of that 65 and then just pounded hard into the outside wall. Not very much that he could do there, as he was just along for the ride at that point.
Yeah, and unfortunately, unless these drivers have a faster pair, that might be the end of his day, as his front left wheel is completely sideways at the moment.
As we ride on board now here with that driver of the number 45 machine. As you see right in front of him, he has a lot of checking up behind him, and he has to check up And just unfortunately, that domino effect got the best of him, as we are now facing the wrong way on the track. And he will swing it back around. And then just unfortunately, he will go and hit hard into that outside wall. Very, very unfortunate there. As he will sit here and crab walk his machine down onto pit road. Man, that car is absolutely destroyed. It was an absolute stellar massacre of a crash right there. You see what I did?
Yeah, I'm just playing. Yeah, I see what you did there.
I know, it's corny. I know.
And luckily, Joseph is going to be able to use the faster pair and get back out onto the track. But, you know, Sonny there, going into the pits right before that wreck and coming out, is going to move up to P3.
Yeah, I mean, and he's driving that number 401 Taco Bell paint scheme. My favorite color is purple, and let me tell you what, I am absolutely in love with that color and, you know, what he did to that race car.
See, that's the purple I want on my paint scheme, sir.
Okay, well, look. I'll do my best, all right? And while we're under caution, let's go through and take a look at our paint schemes. Driver that number 92, Richard Walls. He is sporting that Aaron's rent-to-own sponsor on there. Chris Roska, also Aaron's. Will Byers in that McDonald's machine. Tom Barish, Freedom in that Chevrolet. Behind him, it's Haraz. I'm assuming it's a casino on Jay-Z Bennett's machine. Joe Nikas, of course, sponsoring and rocking that Reese's Peanut Butter Cups on his Ford Mustang. Kevin Allen in that number 77. He is sponsoring that VX Simulations?
VRX Simulators.
VRX Simulators. And also Midnight Racing League. Craig Campbell, of course, Cinnamon Toast Crunch. The 81 of Dustin Harding, HendrickCars.com. Monster Energy on Kyle Davidson's machines. Scott Milner, of course, he is rocking that Cheetos paint scheme. Alan Reinhart sponsoring that Red Bull Silver on his Toyota. Freddie Dunaway, Twisted Speed in that number... I'm sorry, that's the Dirty Mo Racing number 27 machine. Owen Christensen in that number 65 Verizon 5G. Joseph Dye in the number 45, that Nassacure Stellar machine. And then you have James Gagnier in that Twisted Speed number 30. I absolutely love how that color purple as well was nice and shiny there as well.
I still think the purple on the Taco Bell car is better, but I don't mind that dark purple either.
Absolutely.
As Richard Walls is going to lead us back to the green this time. The loft on the pace cars, we're still on the back stretch. And who is your pick to win this?
I mean, with it being Daytona, it can be anybody here. So, oh man. You know, I'm going to reach way down on this one. And I'm going to have to root for Alan Reinhart in that number 25 Red Bull machine. I'm going to wait to see if he can get his Toyota back to the front.
Well, you know what? If you're going to go with him, I'm going to go with Kevin Allen in that 77 Chevy.
All right. Yeah.
Battle of the Allens.
Absolutely. Kevin Allen and Alan Reinhart as we go back green flag racing right here at Daytona. As they start to bring their cars back up to full song, shift up through those gears. Right now, they are still side by side heading down to turn number 1, but Christopher Roska gets a good push from Will Byers as you see them go 3 wide behind him now. as you see that number 92 of Richard Walls continue to drop back.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what happened there, but he did not get a very good restart. And unfortunately, the outside line is just rocketed past everybody there.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure what happened there with that machine, but he fell all the way back to that eighth spot up high, and without that outside lane really formed up there, that inside lane is going to just go choo-choo all the way to the front.
Yeah, and the 55 Tom Bears is going to be taking over the lead this time, being pushed by Kevin Allen at 77, who is up 16 positions. Tom Bears up 13 himself in a respectable P1 and 2 positions at the moment.
Yeah, when we went green flag this last time by, I believe it was Kevin Allen back in like that 7th spot. So in one lap, he was able to make up, 6 spots right there? 5 spots, something like that?
5 or 6 spots around in there, yeah.
You know, so really good restart there for that number 77 machine, as he is still pushing Tom Barish way out in front of everybody else. But he's got to be careful because he doesn't want to overheat. That they don't want to overheat these engines.
What you're trying to say is they don't want to send a rod to the moon.
That is true. But they also want their cars to breathe as...
Whoa, we got issues in the back. They are able to collect it as there was about a 3-car pilot back there. I'm not sure what happened, but someone just shot straight down to the apron. I believe it was Scott Milner.
Yeah, as we come back here, just as 27 got loose and the 31 had to check up, and Joseph Dye checked up so that he wouldn't find much harm. But further back through the back here in the back, Alan Reinhart has lost the field. He is now 3 seconds back behind the field. Not exactly sure what happened with him, but we're going to come back up here with your race leaders, as Sonny, he will go ahead and take over that front spot, and that's okay. Oh, we have trouble. Rosca down on the apron. Hold it, baby. Hold it. As they go 3 wide out of turn. How in the heck did they all save that? Oh, we have the 92 up into the wall. Oh, one's upside down. The 55 of Tom Barish on his roof as he's sliding down here into turn number 3.
Man,
Upside.
I went back to go check and see what happened to Alan Reinhart there, and I missed everything, unfortunately.
I don't know what happened, but all I saw, I believe it was the 92 was facing the wall.
Oh, I got a picture I gotta take right now.
And with that being said, Tom Barish upside down. Let's come back here. First and foremost, let's ride along with Tom Barish as he sees the mayhem in front of him, and then he thinks that they're just going to stay right up against the wall. Nothing he can do. The cars finally start coming down, and he just gets he just rockets right off the side of I don't know who that was, but man,
I believe that was the 31 of Scott Milner.
Yeah, the 31 of Scott Milner. Let's one last time go back. Stop getting into that view. Here we go. And we're gonna...
Holy cow, what a ride Tom just went for.
Yeah, so let's come back up here with... okay, so I don't think it was Scott Milner in front. So we're going to slow it up here. The 92 gets pinched into the wall. So Richard Walls gets pinched up into the wall. And he's up against the 30 machine. The 30 machine of James Gagnier. And then that 55, he just rockets right off the back bumper of that number 30 machine and goes upside down. And for a wild, wild ride.
Oh, how I wish I had the ability to play some kind of like music or something right now, as I really want to just do the I Believe I Can Fly.
Absolutely. As we come here, take a look. These cars are going to pass right by. No good view here either. Oh, how about from our copter view? And just we'll watch that number 30 machine, James Gagnier, come back down right in front of the 55. And that just completely, I can't, I don't think in all of my years here on iRacing, I have ever seen a car do that.
You know, I've seen plenty of cars get spun, put in the wall, and flip, but I don't think I've ever seen someone hit another car so hard they just straight bolt into the air.
No, it's just absolutely insane. So we did have quite a few cars come down pit road this time by. Let's see here. A lot of these cars, it looks like Kyle Davidson, Jeremy Oliver, Owen Christensen, Alan Reinhart came down. Joseph Dye, Freddie Dunaway, Scott Milner, he came down. Oh, it looks like everybody actually came down. Pit count 1. Yeah, so lap 12, everybody did come down. We are still waiting for James Gagnier in that number 30 to return to the track. Tom Barish, he just left pit lane, so he's going to come back up, catch the back end of the field. He will be one lap down. And we're getting ready to go back. Are we getting ready to go back green next time? I think we're getting ready to go back green flag next time.
Yes, sir. I believe we still got another full lap before we go back green flag here.
Okay, yeah, Nas, yeah, Joseph, you're right. Kind of a Ryan Priest deal. That's a good call on that one. All right, guys, so Kevin Allen out front with Will Byers to his outside. Dustin Harding will be on the inside of row 2. Tyler Campbell up in the the 89 of Joe Usnickus will be on the outside there of row 2 with Tyler Campbell on the inside, and I believe it's going to be the 05 of Jay-Z Bennett to his outside in row 3. So we've still got a good long race here in front of us. Let's get this thing underway. Hey, Joseph, if you can hear me, buddy, do you prefer Joseph or Joe? Or Joey? I can quickly update that when we go back under caution next.
Give me one moment. I'm trying to add something to my Discord right quick.
Absolutely, bud. Right now, you ain't missing a thing, so...
I would like to say, though, what a accident there. I mean, this is probably the most destructive race I've seen in here so far, but what an accident. Just that flip over.
Yeah, I think
we should be getting ready to go back green.
Yep. The pace car is taking that hard left down onto pit road. And we are getting back into that restart zone. Kevin Allen brings the field back to the green flag. And Will Byers, he will stay just about a half car length back. And he doesn't have much help, but Kevin Allen has that number 81 of Dustin Harding right on his back bumper. And this is going to propel these guys towards the front as Joe Usnickus and that number 89, he's thinking about taking it high. But for now, he will stay right behind Will Byers as they exit turn number 2. Kevin Allen now clear of that Will Byers machine on the outside. Dustin Harding still hanging tight right behind him as they come flying down the back straightaway. No car really giving or taking any at this point. As you take a look here at our top 9, top 10 right here in this shot. As the drivers will now come out of turn number 4 and head down towards Trioval. Will Byers will lead this lap as he gets a good push here from Joe Usnickas as they climb up into the bankings here once again of turns 1 and 2.
Come on, Usnickas, lead us a lap here, buddy.
Yeah, Usnickas.
Get around him.
Usnickas, he is dying for a win as he's come close a couple times here at these restrictor plate races, still unable to make it happen, but tonight could very well be his night to win it as he is clear on that inside row from that number 77 of Kevin Allen, as these guys will come out at the turn 4 back into the travel once again. And Will Byers and Usnickas still just hanging out on that top side, which is actually a very unique strategy we don't see often.
Yeah, but that top side is working very well right now, as they were actually able to pull away from the inside for a little bit, but the inside is starting to get formed up a little better and leading hard towards back to try to get back around this number 53 of Will Byers. Kevin Allen leading the charge at the moment.
Yeah, Kevin Allen came off that low line just a moment, and he gave an opportunity for the inside car to start getting around, but he thought better of it as Usnickas. Oh, and Byers gets turned. Byers is going to just come right back. No, he's going to stay down. Normally, when you see that heading... Wow. When you normally see that...
Good.
Normally, when you see something like that, that car is usually going to come right back across the track.
Yeah, but I think just because it was on the back stretch right before the heavy banking, it was able to stay down there on the apron. But as I was going to say, I mean, unfortunately, I don't think that was Joe Usnickas' fault, as Will Byers kind of came down, went back up, and started to come back down again. Joe Usnickas, though, going to take over the race lead currently, but the outside line fight back hard with that 05 of Jay-Z Bennett.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, I just remembered there's no grass back there anymore. So that pavement is what helped slow that car down from, coming back up onto, the racetrack. Because in years past, and Joe Usnickas is down in the grass. Let's see if he's going to come back on just fine. And he's going to actually get his black flag cleared.
Yeah, but I think he's going to lose the draft to this front pack here, and he's going to have to fall back there to that little second pack of 2 cars and hope he's able to get patched to them.
Yeah, well, that was once again a good save there by Joe Usnickas. Let's go ahead and go back here and take a look, see what happened to him as well. Just looks like just a bump gone wrong here in the tri-oval. Yeah, right there. And I'm surprised that wasn't more of a mess, as that number 81 machine got into the back of the 77 and they were able to keep it all going straight. But back up here with our race leaders, Jay-Z Bennett will take over that race lead in the 05 machine. And he has got Alan Reinhart in that number 25 right behind him now.
Yeah, and after seeing that, I'm starting to wonder if these drivers are going to be a little bit easier on the pushes and stuff, as that's 2 people that's kind of just looped around almost on some bad pushes.
Yeah, something these drivers are going to have to remember is these cars do not line up very well. So if you bump just wrong on either side of that back bumper, you can quickly go around, and that's something we definitely don't want to see.
Yeah, the issue with these cars versus like the Cup cars, these cars are kind of more pointed on the front, kind of like imagine a squished in triangle. So, the front end of this car, if you're not very centered on somebody, you can easily just hook them left or right.
Yeah, absolutely, as we see the drivers come rocketing down the back straightaway.
Yeah, that outside line's mounting a hard charge here, trying to get up here to potentially pass for the lead, and that 00 is going to be clear, but is he going to come down or stay with the 44 on the outside?
Absolutely, that's definitely something that we're going to have to keep an eye on here.
And wow, look at that. Christopher, Jeremy, and Kevin Allen almost clear, as he's gonna have to stay to the top side. But our top two taken over by that 00 and 44.
Yeah, I just looked again and my overlay stopped working once again. I don't understand what it's doing, why it's doing it, but we're gonna go ahead and get it all reset up here once again for you guys. So just bear with me here.
Have you tried refreshing the browser source?
I did.
Okay. Well, maybe you could put the old school way and go to like a screen capture on the iris, and it'll show what you're seeing.
Oh, well, I mean, it sees... So, okay, yeah, long story, I'll tell you later.
Okay. Well, we'll talk about that later. As the 77's trying to mount another charge on the outside here and getting back to the lead. 31 giving him a major push. Scott Milner doing a great job. Oh, and that outside line seemed like they had a little bit of issues there. Is that's going to make Kevin Allen fall back? Are they going to be able to mount another charge on this exit of 4 here?
Yeah, really good racing as we see Rosca still out front and Allen and Oliver still running side by side for that second spot.
Ooh, how much longer do you think we'll go before we see what I would say would be the big one? Or do you think we've seen most of the wrecks for the night?
No, I am hoping that we have not seen it just yet. Give me one moment. Let me...
Oh, that 31 is pushing that 77 hard as heck.
Yeah.
Kevin Allen going to opt to drop to the inside lane here, leaving Scott Milner to the top. Is the 81 of Dustin Harding going to be able to give Scott Milner a good enough push to get up here around Kevin Allen?
Yeah, still very good racing here going on. As I am resetting my overlays.
Oh, we got a blinker. I'll just play. I have to do the Cars reference, sorry. Oh, we have a nodder. That outside line is just looking so strong right now, as it seems like anyone that hops up there is just able to get a free ride up to the front of the pack.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. As Scott Milner will go ahead and take over that top spot with Dustin Harding almost able to clear the 77, but Rosca's getting that 77 a really good push. As you see, our overlays are back.
Dustin Harding about spun Scott Milner out there going through the tri-oval as he tried to give him a push and just didn't get centered, but heck of a save by Scott Milner there, able to keep it straight.
Yeah, one heck of a push on both of these rows. You know, these guys are still going pretty hard at it, you know, as we are closing in to heading to start lap number 75 or 27 of 75. Man, this is still really good.
Yeah, if we're on lap 75, I missed half the race, bud.
Look, sometimes my brain doesn't behave and it will jump to what I'm about to say instead of saying what I need to say first to get to that part. I'm sure you've already noticed it already, as many times you've been up here in the booth with me.
Hey man, we've been at this literally all day, so I think we're allowed to have a little bit of hiccups, okay?
Absolutely, as we're going to jump back here to our friends. Whoa, trouble in the back! What
we had one up in the wall for a minute.
We're going to come back here and take a look what happened back here in the back with...
Tyler Campbell, I believe.
Yeah, the 27 got a bad push from the number 80, no, of the 92, I believe it was. And that will split those guys up in the back. And you said, who got into the wall?
I believe that was Tyler Campbell that was dropping back there.
Yep. Tyler Campbell got up into the wall. Let's go back and see what caused him to go up into the wall here. He is that third car on the outside lane. They just went up, and he just went up a little too far, and it just kind of sucked into the wall there, and that allowed everybody else to go around him. As we come back live, all these cars now running single file behind your race leader of Scott Milner out of Pittsburgh, Indiana, and he will come across the start-finish line to complete lap number 28.
Yeah, a couple of these drivers may be calming down and realizing, hey, I still got a long ways to go. Maybe I shouldn't push so hard, as they kind of single filed out and spread out right at the moment.
Yeah, definitely, absolutely the right move on a lot of these drivers, as we still got plenty of racing to go here. You know, these guys may be only running about 75 laps, but 75 laps here at Daytona is still a lot of miles.
Yeah, and what a lot of people don't realize about these ARCA cars is like the side draft in these things is crazy. For instance, if someone gets a really good run on the outside, it can suck a car completely off the bottom line. So that comes into factor when you're racing side by side, you know, the side draft being so strong, it can cause even more issues, as these drivers seem to be struggling, you know, pushing and keeping it straight at the moment.
Yeah, absolutely, as these drivers will come out of turn number 2 and head back down this very long back straightaway. All these drivers just, you know, doing what they can here, hanging out down on the inside. Man, still single file. Nobody's really trying to make any big moves. Sorry, give me just one moment. Making sure everything is still looking good and dandy on my end, which it does. Still single file here down the back straightaway. No one's really trying to do anything dramatic at this point. So this is going to be very interesting to see how long a lot of these drivers are going to go before we start seeing them start making their way down pit road. Oh, we have the 31 of Scott Milner coming all by himself. And
not
he
good
is
for him.
around. Absolutely not, and I think that is going possibly to result in a speeding penalty if you don't.
Yeah, that is, and he's gonna not have no draft along with the time he lost getting on the pit road.
Yeah, I mean the last lap that these guys were in was back on lap 12, I believe it was. Yeah, so that's about right, 32. Yeah, with the amount of fuel these guys do have in their race cars. You know, so I'm not exactly sure why, what made him come down pit road like that. I wonder if he just kind of got shoved down there. So let's come back here and take a look, see if, let's see here. Oh, as we have a lot of drivers now heading down pit road now. So Joseph Dye, Alan Reinhart, Kevin Allen, Jeremy Oliver, Sonny, Joe Usnickus, Christopher Ruska, Freddie Dunaway, Richard Walls, all down on pit road. We saw Will Byers come down pit road a few moments ago. And now we are just waiting for our top 6 to come in, which they are coming now into the pits. Alan Reinhart slows it down. Everybody good to go, it looks like. Let's come back up here and catch up with Kevin Allen as that number 45 machine of Joseph Dye Jr. He will catch that back end bumper of Kevin Allen. And let's come back here and take a look. Jeremy Oliver, he's a little bit far ways back here, but he's going to get help from Sonny and that number 401 machine. And as these drivers will now head up here into turn number 1, they should, yep, there's that second group. This group, since there's so many cars here with them, these guys are just going to team up and they're going to track down your race leaders here awfully quick.
Yeah, but Jay-Z Bennett has such a good gap to anyone else as these two cars are about to come flying by him here of Kevin Allen and Joseph Dye. I don't know if he's going to have any help at the moment.
It's going to be awfully close. Even if he does not have any help, he's got that pack coming behind him, beginning with Tyler Campbell in that number 37 machine. And then you have the whole head of steam of the 44 here of Jeremy Oliver, but Campbell's coming back down pit road.
Yeah, but the issue is that they could go by him with such speed that he is not able to suck up to them in the draft, as he is a solo car versus like 7.
Yeah, definitely going to be very interesting to see how all this plays out. We know Scott Milner in that number 31 machine, he got loose coming down into the pits, spun it out, and now Tyler Campbell down on pit road all by himself. And that's going to drop him all the way back down to that 13th spot. And as of right now, Kevin Allen, Joseph Dye out with just about a 3-second lead over third place. So as of right now, there's a decent gap between second and third.
Yeah, so Kevin Allen and Joseph Dye are doing a pretty good job at, staying, keeping the gap decently to the third place back. But how many more laps do you think it'll be for these drivers around their back bumper?
I would say probably give them about another 4 or 5 laps at this rate, as they will get help from that number 53 of Will Byers. Something that I did not anticipate to see for this season opener is Will Byers back in 15th, 1 lap down. This right here is your difference between your 2 race leaders and the rest of the field.
Yeah, so the second group's trying to battle for position as well while trying to catch up to our leaders, but I think they're going to catch them this lap.
Yep, they did gain a decent amount this past lap, down to a 1.5 second. And Kyle Davidson is leading this field, the second pack here, with Alan Reinhart right on his back bumper. And these guys finally got it figured out. And now these guys are going to run single file and try to track down your race leaders.
Yeah, as we should be coming to about 36 laps to go this time. I believe this driver still got to pit one more time, which you might have already said already. But, I mean, what kind of strategy or look at the strategies this opens up for these drivers. Some of them might be able to pit early, try to get a group together and for the end there, make up some time to the leaders, or they could pit super late and try to get, you know, just fuel only and the least amount of fuel as possible to make the shortest pit stop.
Yeah, I think that's probably going to be the best bet. And I can't see these guys take 2 tires. I mean, I could see these guys take two tires this time by, but already this last pit cycle, you know, there's a good majority out there that only took 2 tires. So this is going to be very interesting to see what's going to happen here as Kyle Davidson and company has finally caught up to Kevin Allen and Joseph Dye.
Well, back to what you're saying about tires, though. I mean, this is Daytona. It doesn't necessarily eat your tires up bad enough that you have to get 4, but it really depends on how the car is doing, because sometimes it will heat up that left rear a lot more than people suspect it will.
Yeah, absolutely. As you see them now make their way back down to the bottom lane, that 81 of Dustin Harding barely making it down in front of the 44. But as your race leaders now single file here, Kyle Davidson and Alan Reinhardt starting to pull away just a little bit from everybody else.
Yeah, but I got a feeling that outside lane might get another person or two and charge their way up towards the front here, as they are already gaining momentum. And will anybody hop up there to try to take it to get back towards the front?
Yeah, as you see those 5 cars currently on that outside lane. Right now it's like 5 versus about 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cars. So right now the numbers are the inside, but it's going to be all depend on which line can stay the tightest and the straightest.
Yeah, and as we've seen all night, that outside line has been very strong, even with a smaller number of cars.
Your front 3 now single foul, and going back to Kevin Allen and one car getting a lap here. I believe that's going to be that number 30 machine, yep, of James Gagnier. Very unfortunate day for that number 30 machine after having a very strong race at the beginning. And we've got some movement going on here near the back, right about where that number 05 is.
Yeah, I don't know if you've seen that move from Jeremy Oliver a moment ago, but I really thought we was about to have a wreck, as he kind of whipped it down there and pulled it back up like he was about to hit something, and then eased it back down to the bottom.
Yep, as we see that number 77 now of Kevin Allen making a run to the outside. And now there's only 3 cars to that outside lane, but they are sure moving up towards the front as they are working on the outside now of that, I believe it's the 05 machine. Better look here, as that outside lane has broken up a little bit, the 92 falling back. But here comes Sonny in that Taco Bell machine. He's going to latch on, and these guys continue going to run 2 wide back behind the rest of the field. That 92 machine of Richard Walls, he is 1 lap down. So he's not really in this, so it's not like, he's not really here in the battle, but he can still help these drivers on the outside. And look at that push that Will Byers is giving that number 92. They are just manhandling it around the outside. Moving up 5, 6 cars up. He's now side by side with the 3rd place. And coming out of turn number 4, he's still got a good head of steam.
Yeah, getting really loose coming up before, but I got a feeling this inside line might be saving a little bit of fuel here, as they're not really, nose to tail as close as they could be.
Your front 3 cars on the outside lane, they are all a lap down. The first car that is not a lap down on that outside lane is that number 77 of Kevin Allen. So he's taking advantage of this roll outside. Oh my gosh, you guys. What an incredible push from Will Byers as he will turn the 92 machine and into the inside wall. Very unfortunate there for Richard Walls. But ladies and gentlemen,
that's going to give the lead to Kevin Allen.
Yes, that will give out the lead to Kevin Allen. But here comes Sonny now working to his outside. And that 55, who is a lap down, now giving Sonny a good push here on the front straightaway.
Yeah, and that Taco Bell powered Ford Mustang is doing a hell of a job on the outside at the moment. But Kevin Allen fighting back on the inside, followed behind by the 65 Owen Christians, I believe.
I believe it is, yes.
No, that is a lap car.
So the 401, the
Will Byers in the
55.
53.
Yeah, Will Byers in that 53 as they go down inside the 401 sideways as these guys are continuing to... These lap down cars are manhandling these lead lap cars because they're trying to get their lap back. As you see Sonny go up and block the number 44 of Jeremy Oliver as they're going to take it 3 wide heading down into turn 1. Nope, they're going to back out and return single file.
They're already racing like this, and we're not even in the final 10 to 5 laps.
No, we have 27 and a half laps remaining. That 55 is getting a good push from your race leader from the 77. Then it's a lap down car of Will Byers in that number 53. And Owen Christensen is in that 65 on that 4th car on the inside. That's your 2nd place right there.
Yeah, and speaking of which, lap down cars, the 55 getting his lap back. If there was a caution come out at this moment, Will Byers would be our lucky dog. If both of them potentially be able to get back on the lead lap here.
Yeah, that's absolutely very true. You know, it's one thing to be able to fight to get at least 1 lap back. As I'm looking at it now, so your car, that it's actually the first car a lap down is going to be that 00 machine of Christopher Rosca. And he's just now crossing the start finish line. So Will Byers and that number 55 machine of Tom Barish, they're trying to stay from going 2 laps down.
Okay, so quick question.
Yes.
I'm a little confused here. So Rosca is running in 10th place, only about 30 seconds back, according to my thing.
Yes.
And Byers is 1 lap down. He's not got around the leader.
Correct.
So that would mean Byers will get the lucky dog, correct?
No, because Rosca
he's
is
directly behind the leader.
So Rosca is now 49. Yeah, come to 49. 40. Yes. Okay, yeah, so he is the first. Yeah, okay, yeah, never mind. Ignore me, my math is not mathing.
I just wanted to double check. I wasn't trying to say you were wrong. I didn't know if my stuff was showing up wrong or not. It says that Rosca is working with Milner and Ganiscus to stay ahead of these leaders to try to stay on the lead lap currently.
Correct, yeah. So these guys are doing a wonderful job right now, trying to stay out here on the lead lap. Will Byers not allowing the 77 to get too far out in front of him. As you see that 77 now working on the back bumper of the number 50, it's on Barish. As they dive up into turn number 3 and 4 here once again.
And it has gotten very peaceful up here towards the front of this group here as things have come down and it's got single filed out. So
Yeah, we now have 24 laps remaining in this event. You know, it's been nice and quiet the last few laps. Nothing, you know, real big happened. Now we're just chilling, relaxing. You know, beep, bopping, playing. Never mind.
And these drivers still, you know, I believe need to come down for one more pit stop. I don't think they'll be able to save enough fuel to make it to the end. But, I mean, I've been proven wrong the past couple days. As I had a truck race the other day where we thought they were out of gas, and dude coasted for a lap, kicked the truck back on, and came back to win the race.
Yeah, absolutely. One salty boy says, "Hey guys, how's the race been? I've been in St. Louis over the weekend. Got home exhausted about 3 hours ago. Ended up falling asleep. Didn't wake up in time. Man, you're fired." No, the race has absolutely been phenomenal currently. You know, as we continue to watch here out front, the 55 and Will Byers, the number 53, they're looking to get their laps back. And they got the race leaders separated between them as they are quickly approaching that number 27 of Freddie Dunaway, and I believe that's the number 37 of Tyler Campbell directly in front of him. Scott Milner, Joe Usnickus, they're going to come down pit road now for their last pit stop. 77 pulling down, 65 pulling down. Whoa it down, boys. Whoa it down.
Milner and Usnickus might be able to take over the race lead pitting that early, but it's only going to be 2 cars versus about a whole swarm here, so they're going to have to push as hard as they can to try to get up towards the front of this pack after pit cycle.
Yeah, absolutely. As we jump back up here to your race leader, Kyle Davidson, he will take it over, but he's got that 05 right behind him, and behind him you've got that number 25 machine of Alan Reinhart. These guys are still, you know, doing a phenomenal job at pushing. And oh, the 27 is loose. He's able to keep it down on the inside. We're going to say green flag. Okay. We have a couple more people out.
Unfortunately for Tom Barish, I was about to say, but they decided otherwise. The people behind him had to go around. He could possibly put him back a lap down, as Tom has still got to come down the pitch just like all the other drivers here.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be very interesting to see how all this is going to play out here. Really good racing currently up here in front, you know. Everything's nice and cool, calm and collected. Looking at these guys here, as you see the rest of the leaders now coming down pit road. Oh, whoops. My bad.
Believe someone missed
Oh no! Alan Reinhart, the number 25. He's going to get caught speeding and unsafe pit entry guaranteed. So, man, he's going to have to come down, and he's going to serve at least probably about a 40-second penalty here on this one. Very unfortunate for that number 25 machine.
Yes, he came in very hot into the pit road and tried to dodge somebody, and I believe it kind of slowed up his braking even more. As he might get held right now and not have to come back in another lap.
As you see here, he just comes in, hits that cone, and he's probably still going to be sitting down there on pit road. Yes, he is. He's going to get that penalty taken care of right now. Davidson currently up in that first spot, but that 05 of JZ Bennett was able to get around him. But now here comes possibly the rest of your field right there, being led by that number 77 machine of Kevin Allen. I'm sorry, that's the 92 and 53. So the 53 of Will Byers here is still trying to get his lap back. As you see, he will go high, and the 92 is going to go with him. The 65 looking to the outside, but Kevin Allen. Oh, the 92 gets turned off the front bumper.
We'll be honest, it kind of looked like the 92 tried to self-clear itself there for a moment.
Yep, and that is going to bring out our caution. Man, what a turn of events that we just witnessed here. Just coming here.
Unfortunately, go ahead. Sorry about that.
Yeah, just coming into the tri-oval. He thought he was clear, and he came down right across the front bumper here of the 05 machine, sending that number 92 around. And luckily, nope, not luckily, he did hit that wall a ton.
This is our third caution of the night. And this is going to change a lot of things for some people here. Is this going to allow, I believe, Will Byers to get back on the lead lap?
Yeah, that will allow yeah, it will allow that number 53 of Will Byers possibly. No, I think he might have already been in front of your race leaders, actually.
Yeah, I think that's going to give Campbell
Yes.
the lucky dog. So.
Yeah, so that should give Campbell in that number 37 Cinnamon Toast Crunch machine.
And then we might see some other people stay out here and try to get a wave around as well to get their lap back. Because, I mean, most people are only a lap down currently and still have potential to win this race if they can get the lap back.
Yeah, let's take a look here and see what's gonna happen. Alright, so Owen Christensen's, he's gonna come down. Joseph Dye, Sani, Soljanovac, Jeremy Oliver, Scott Milner. Oh! And we have one car facing the wrong direction. And I believe that's going to be the 401 machine, as he got turned in the pits. Let's come here, take a look, see what happened.
And just a little update, that will be Tyler Campbell getting a lucky dog this time, as everyone else is still going to be stuck a lap down if they did not pit, as Kevin Allen decided to stay out.
Yep, Sonny did get turned as he was coming down into the pit, so he's going to restart back in possibly that 11th spot. All right. We should be coming around to get the one to go signal this time by. Man, Dakota, what a race we have seen here today, as we are going to come back to green with probably just about, let's see, 15 laps to go, I think it is.
Yeah, we should be coming to green with about 15 to go. This is still going to give these drivers ample opportunity to try to, make up some ground here in some positions, as long as they don't wreck themselves out within the next 15 laps.
Man, this is starting to get intense as we ride on board here with the 77, and it looks like he's actually clutching. Yes, he is actually trying to save fuel. Is fuel going to play strategy in this?
I think he might be saving just in case we have a green-white checker to make sure he has enough to do, you know, at least one green-white checker.
Yeah, that is very, very true. JZ Bennett, he's also fuel saving. So that's actually very interesting. As we get ready to go green flag racing here once again, your front is going to be JZ Bennett, Kevin Allen. Let's go back green flag racing here at Daytona International Speedway. And in the restart zone, we are green flag here once again. The 05 has that number 6 machine right behind him. The 77 is going to get hung out from that number 81 machine as we have a little bit of contact between the 77 and the 6 as they dive down into turn number 1. So far, that 77 all by himself, but here comes that 00 machine. He's going to slow up and get behind the 77 to give him a good push here, but I think that push might come just a little too late.
Yeah, and I was going to say, it kind of looked like the 6 of Kyle Davidson was trying to get behind the 77 to help him out there and possibly, you know, get on the outside, but unable to do so as the 77 had so much less momentum.
Yeah, absolutely. As you see that number 77 come back on the outside, he's made his way up to the outside of the 81 machine. He's still getting a decent push a little bit here from that 00. So don't count those two out just yet as the 00 does go up high as they continue to run double wide for that third spot. Three wide now here on the back straightaway for that third spot. The 00 goes out high, leaving the 77 by himself. The 77, he's just going to get eaten up right here all by himself with no help.
Yeah, he's in the middle of the hornet's nest at the moment.
That he is, but he's going to get help now from Reinhardt in that Red Bull machine. But now Reinhardt, he gets stuck all by himself in that middle lane. He's going to start to drop back even further into that back, in the back here.
Yes, they are still 3 wide. It looks like Kevin Allen's going to try to go back up the middle here and possibly get to the top lane, as he knows he's probably not going to get any spots being on the bottom. And they are getting all sorts of wiggly up here in the front, but the outside line getting a huge run down the back stretch. Kevin Allen going to the inside wall on the back stretch, able to save it.
What a save! That didn't register on my screen, so we're going to have to come back and view it like this, but man, what a save. He was heading...
These boys are getting all sorts of squirrely up here for the lead. Sorry to cut you off there.
Unfortunately, that's going to put an end to the 77's day, unless if we see a late caution. But that still may come, as we still have 12 laps to go here at Daytona, as we see that 00 Christopher Rosca now once again trying to take away that front spot from the 05 of JZ Bennett here on the back straightaway.
And that outside line just able to carry so much momentum as they have been all night, and getting to the lead here. Is the 31 going to be able to clear? It does not look so, but if they continue this momentum coming onto the front stretch, the 31 will be able to clear this time, and they will be able to drop to the bottom if they choose to do so.
Yeah, absolutely. He can come down already, but he's probably going to stay up there with that number 31 of Scott Milner, which is actually a pretty good thing that we have been seeing actually all race long. You know, that outside lane, as I say that, here comes that 31 Milner now to the inside of that 00 machine. And he's looking to get a good push here from the 05. And that was beautiful on the 05's part of JZ Bennett as he got off the gas just in time to lock bumpers and then start to push that number 31 machine. That was beautiful.
Yeah, and did you see that 00 Christopher getting down there and using the side drive to his advantage to maintain the momentum? As you know, he had to wait for a second for that 53 Will Byers to get on his back bumper.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's one of these things about here as we have a lot of drivers now on that outside lane, but we got that number 53, no, the 55. Oh, he's a lap down, but look who's up there and saying that's that 53 of Will Byers.
Yeah, the man can definitely drive no matter what situation he is in. He always seems to find himself up towards the front by the end of these races, as these drivers have 10 to go this time, coming to 9 to go.
Yeah, absolutely a phenomenal run so far for all of these drivers. As that 30 machine is down low, he is a lap down. That's James Gagner. He's looking to try to get his lap back, but without that help, he's not going to be able to do it. As you see, Sonny, he's coming up down on that inside of that number 401 up to that 4th spot. So he's coming back from that pit road crash that he witnessed this last caution. So he's now coming strong back, working his way up to the front, now running side by side for second.
As that 53 Will Byers trying to get the outside line, too hard charge again, surge to try to get to the lead, being pushed by that 37 Tyler Campbell.
Yeah, absolutely. Tyler Campbell, he's one of those drivers that he can push you as well, you know, and him and Will Byers seem to always try to find each other near the end of these races to work with each other, you know, to work their way back to the front of the field. But as of right now, it's just not working in their favor as they all drop back to about the 8th spot.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to the outside line there, but they definitely dropped back really hard there, as they're going to try to group back up together and get another push towards the front here.
Yep.
But right now, the Christopher and Sonny working together really well to stay.
The 6 is off the track. Here it goes. Big contact. 53. Will Byers having issues. The 55.
We got 2 around on the apron.
Alan Reinhardt involved. Yeah, that is not going to be a caution, as I'm trying to figure out exactly what just happened there. Let's go ahead and come back here real quick, see what exactly happened. As I think we had like 3 accidents happen right there on the back straightaway. As we're going to slow. Look, I did it again. I got to quit doing that. Boom. All right. So you see the 6 on the inside. He gets loose. Reinhardt, he gets loose, I think it is. The 31 up in the wall, 4 wide. The 25 of Alan Reinhardt had nowhere to go. He gets involved. The 55 comes down, gets into the 6. The 53 gets tagged by the 31. He goes up and hits the car above him. He bounced off the wall. That's the 05 machine. Byers finally gets it saved. JZ Bennett, he will pull away, while everybody else is just still trying to play catch up. As we come back here to our race lead, as these guys are now running single file, probably just about 7, 8 cars deep. Man, what did we witness? And how was that not a caution? I don't know. As you see Sonny now pushing that 00 of Christopher Roscoe on the inside. These guys are now trying to get back up to Joe Usnickas. As Joe Usnickas gets turned, he will save it. Whoa.
And still managed to drop down to the inside and keep the lead. What a save.
5 laps to go here at Daytona. I don't know if this is a Daytona race or a demolition derby at this point, but I think they're going to start getting points to see the best save as the 00 gets shoved down on the inside. He will come back up on to the racetrack back in that 4th spot. And here comes Joe Usnikas on, Sonny on the inside of Joe Usnikas. And Joe will fall back to that 3rd spot, come down here in turn number 3. And that's going to be 1 car separation between Sonny and Joe Usnikas for 1st and 2nd, as James Gagner in that number 30. He is your first car a lap down. As you see that 00 now, Vraska trying to make it work. As you see Sonny go up high to pick up the 00 now of Vraska. As these guys will dive up here into turn number 1 once again. And right now, it's still Sonny and Vraska both out front on that outside lane. The Vraska up into the wall just a little bit. That's going to hurt that outside momentum because they all had to check up, and that's going to bring Joe Usnikas back out in front.
And Joe Usnikas is sitting in a very good spot to win this race as we're coming to 3 to go this time.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that outside line is completely deformed and falling back.
Yes, it has, absolutely, as they're going 3 wide. Sonny up into the outside wall to 05 of JZ Bennett trying to make his way in front of those 2 drivers there as well. But he just doesn't have any help in that outside lane, and that 00 needs to decide who he's going to help. And right now, that's going to be the inside lane of that 44 of Jeremy Oliver, as they will go ahead and now run side by side. These guys need to quickly get back together, single file, and catch the front cars here, because if they don't, that front 5 or 6 cars right there is going to start to pull away. As you see a lot of movement back in the back, they are all trying to dice to figure out where they want to run in the closing laps of this race.
And right now, this number 30 car is going to be Joe Usnikas' best friend, as this is going to potentially keep him in the draft if anyone tries to make a move on him in the final lap of the race.
Oh, absolutely. As right behind him, you have Tyler Campbell right behind him, and behind him, you've got Will Byers in that number 53 machine. But there's a 1 car separation between Byers and the 37 of Tyler Campbell. So these lap down cars are...
Don't look now.
Yeah.
Don't look now. That outside lane is charging very hard as they finally got their stuff together and are gaining a lot of time. And there goes the 30 car dropping to the outside to help.
Yeah.
And they leave him out the drive.
3 wide up here in turn number 3. The 00 all over the back bumper of that number 44 machine. And now all your leaders are out front. And now it's anybody's game. One to go
this time. No more cautions.
No more cautions. This is it. It is a race to the checkered flag. Right now, Joe Usnikas has it. And everybody behind him, they want it. And right now, Tyler Campbell, right now in that 2nd spot, he is the one that can make it. Oh, trouble behind him.
On the outside.
Trouble behind them. But remember, no caution's going to come out. JZ Bennett.
It's a 4-car breakaway.
Yes, we have a 4-car breakaway. Joe Usnikas, Tyler Campbell, and Will Byers back there. Separation by that number 27 machine, which is a 1 lap down car. So I'm at this point, I don't think the 37 is going to have enough to take the race win.
Usnikas,
hold it, baby. Hold it.
Tyler Campbell give him a good push coming to the tribal. And your race winner is going to be Joe Usnikas.
Joe Usnikas comes home first here at Daytona to start off season number 1. Will Byers, your season 1 champion, he will finish off in that number 3 spot. What an incredible run for these drivers, ladies and gentlemen.
Tyler Campbell bringing it home in P2, pushing Joe Usnikas to the win. Could have took a chance and went to the outside to get the win for himself, but stuck behind his buddy and got him a win.
Yeah, absolutely. I absolutely thought for sure that Tyler was going to attempt to pass, but I think in the end, I think the right call was made there by Tyler Campbell to push Joe Usnikas, for that race win. So let's go.
At the end of the day, 2nd place points is better than 3rd. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Let's go back here to JZ Bennett here on the final lap. Let's try to digress what happened here as he gets turned off of that double zero, and he comes back up across the. I'm sorry, the 44 gets turned off the double zero and down right into the back or to the front bumper of that 05 machine, and that's just from there all hell breaks loose. Alan Reinhardt, oh, he almost got tagged twice, but he was able to save it. And then, oh no! Damn!
I just want to say that is a Ford 123, baby.
I'm sorry about. I tried not to cuss here, but oh, multiple cars comes back and hits Jay-Z very hard as he tried to start moving again. But man, oh man, what an incredible race we got to witness here today. Joe Yusnickus, he wins it with Tyler Campbell coming home second. Let's go ahead and take a look at your results real quick. And we're going to take a moment here, take a breather. So Joe Yusnickus will bring it home first, being pushed by Tyler Campbell and that number 37 machine. Will Byers, after having multiple issues, come back to that third spot. Christopher Roska, he will bring it home fourth. Sonny Soljavanik, he will bring it home fifth. Joseph Dye, Jeremy Oliver, Kevin Allen, Jay-Z Bennett, Owen Christensen, they will round out your top 10. Dustin Harden, Freddie Dunaway, Scott Milner, Kyle Davidson, unfortunately that number 6 machine, he will come home 14th. James Gagnier will come home 30th in that 15th spot. And then Alan Reinhardt, Tom Barish, and then Richard Walls. They will round out your field of 18. We're going to take a really quick break here, but when we return, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to talk to our top 3 drivers. So just stay with us here, and we'll see you on the other side of this commercial break.
Or Janovic, either one.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Daytona International Speedway, where we just finished off round number 1 for the Next-Level Gaming ARCA Series for the Next Level 75 here at Daytona International Speedway. And now we're going to go ahead and speak with our top 3. And we're going to start off with your Season 1 champion of Will Byers. Let's see if he is down there somewhere. There he is. Yeah, you want to go ahead and drag Will up here for me?
Yeah, give me 1 second. I'm in the process, and here we go. Will Byers, just got a mic up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I gotcha.
Well, congratulations on your P3 finish, and I mean, what a storyline. You know, you doing what you normally do, or what I've seen so far, going a lap or 2 down and somehow making it back and getting in the front. Like, I don't know how you do it, but somehow you always make it work.
Yeah, for sure. It was a hard race. I was kind of just praying for a caution that entire time.
Is there anything you would have done differently from the start of the race?
I don't think so. I think just Yeah, I don't know. I think just got unlucky there. I thought I was clear to start it. That wasn't on Grizz. That was on me. I tried to clear myself, and I wasn't anywhere near clear. But thankfully, didn't hit anything. So stayed somewhat competitive in the race and was able to just keep it going.
Hey man, that does happen sometimes. I don't know how many times I've been at a super speedway and my spotter will be like clear and I'll look and then next thing I know the hole's completely closed. I mean, but how do you feel, with your P3 going into the next race? What a good way to start off your season. Do you think you're going to be able to carry this momentum and be champion again?
Yeah, hoping so. Just got to be consistent, show up to every race, and probably will be me versus Joe again. So just do my best to beat him every week.
Fair enough. All right, Mike, you got any questions for him?
Not just congratulations, man, on your top three here. Real good battle for you to come back after getting that got taken out late in the race, but luckily for that final caution, that made a huge difference for you. Congratulations that rallying back up to third, and we will see you next week.
For sure, guys. Thank you.
Appreciate it, ladies and gentlemen. Driver of that number 53 machine, Will Byers. Uh, Down in the rating, we have Kevin Ma. I don't know. Find out if that's Tyler Campbell before we drag him up here.
Not real sure. Just give me 1 minute here. Alrighty. Howdy, bud. This is Carter and Mike up in the booth. I don't know everyone's Discord names yet, so might I ask who you are real quick?
Oh, this is Kevin Allen, the 77.
The 77 of Kevin Allen. All right, Kevin. Man, you had a strong card today. You came home eighth. You drove up 10 spots. You led a few laps, had some issues, got back up towards the front, fell back, and you just had a pretty good up and down day for the majority. How was your race overall?
I mean, overall, it was good. Ending was kind of disappointing. I kind of got ran through mid-pack with like 12 to go and never got a yellow. It is what it is. Not mad at the guy. That's just Daytona racing. And car felt fast all day. Just really wish I could have had a shot to like have a shot, and just apologize to Joseph Dusinkus, I think that's how you say his name. I dumped him earlier in the race on accident, but I'm glad to see he still won the race. And yeah, just I just wish I got a caution to get myself back in it, but it is what it is. Gained some spots after that wreck, so it is what it is.
Yeah, definitely very unfortunate.
Overall, all right.
Yeah, definitely unfortunate situation there. Glad to see everybody turn around and come back, strong. Um, I mean, overall, how are you looking forward to this next season and what you're going to do to prepare for next week?
Oh yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I was really looking forward to this race because I found this league like I found it right before Talladega, so like 3 races left to go, and really fun. I the people are really clean. I love the broadcast. I love everything about it really. So I'm pumped to run this full season. And North Wilkesboro is not one of my greatest tracks, so I guess we got to get to practicing this week.
Yeah, our North Wilkesboro is definitely a very unique venue here on iRacing. Old circuit, new pavement, going to be incredible racing next week.
Oh yeah, for sure.
All right.
Definitely going to come down to just a lot of throttle control and managing your tires for that track, to be honest.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. All right. Do you have any shout outs that you'd like to give before we head out today?
Shout out Midnight Racing League, Six Speed Shop, and admins for putting this on, and you guys for broadcasting it.
Awesome. We appreciate you, Kevin. Ladies and gentlemen, driver of that number 77 Chevrolet, Kevin Allen. We will see you next week at North Wilkesboro.
Sounds good. See you then.
All right, ladies and gentlemen,
Alrighty.
let's go ahead and bring up Joe Usnickus, driver of that number 89 machine. That's going to be Grizz.
How's it going, Joe? You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
This is Dakota Mike up in the booth. Me and Mike have a few questions for you. I'm gonna let Mike start it off because I'm pretty sure he's a little excited to go ahead and interview you for a win. So I'm gonna let him take over.
Joe,
Alrighty.
what an incredible way to start off season 2 here in Next Level Gaming. What are your thoughts, just on that final restart and how everything played out, the final 5 laps, between the lap cars and, knowing that you had Tyler Campbell and Will Byers both in your mirror. Just what was your mindset in that final run?
I was just trying to hold it to the floor, and I didn't even know that the car in front of me was a lap down.
I mean,
I was just racing the race.
we have an F3 button for a reason. And that will tell you. No, I'm messing with you, Joe. I'm messing with you. You get so focused at the end, I don't even pay attention to my relative either. It's all right. So I definitely get it.
I didn't look anywhere but straight ahead and in my mirror to see who was behind me.
Yeah, absolutely. But man, just what an incredible run. I anticipated to see Tyler jump out there coming out of turn 4 to try to make a run there. Coming to the line, but he actually stayed right behind you and continued to push. Did he just say, screw it, I'm going to push you to the checkered?
I think so. And I think maybe if he thought if he jumped up that he would get like a train ran on him on the bottom. If everybody stayed on the bottom and he would have been left out alone up top, he would have lost more position. So I don't know. I'm glad he stayed where he was. He's definitely a good pusher.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, it's all about your points battle. Even though we were just talking about, race number 1 right now here at Daytona, but right now everybody's now looking forward to Homestead. And man, this is what a wonderful way for you to start off your season here for season 2.
Oh, no doubt. And I'm excited for next weekend too, because that's another track that we haven't ran yet. So I think it'll be good.
Yeah, definitely going to be very interesting once we head over to North Wilkesboro. Dakota, do you have any questions here for Joe before we let him go and give his shout outs?
No, sir, but congratulations on your win, and go ahead and give your shout outs, bud.
All right. Well, I'd like to thank Tyler for pushing me to the win, mainly. But other than that, just happy that the amount of people and the people that did show up. It was a good race. It was definitely our better super speedway race compared to last season. By far.
Yeah, definitely.
I think that's about it.
All right, well, we'll let you get out of here. We appreciate you taking time to interview, and hope you have a good night, sir. Enjoy your victory, and hope to see you next week in Victory Lane again.
I'll try. Can't promise anything.
Can't promise, but we'll see.
Yep.
All right.
All right, you guys have a good night.
You as well, Joe. Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the driver of that number 89 Reese's Ford Mustang out front. He will bring it home. And, man, just what a wonderful way to start off season 2 here at Daytona. Next week, we're heading over to North Wilkesboro. What are you anticipating for next week for these ARCA cars?
I'm all being completely honest. Next week, I'm anticipating a lot of crashes and a lot of self spins, as North Wilkesboro is not necessarily the easiest track to drive. It is a very slick track, and it can get to even the best drivers. I would also like to say we're not able to interview the P2 driver, as I'm not able to drag him up to the chat, and he's currently AFK, I believe.
Got you. All right. Well, maybe we can try to catch up with Tyler Campbell at another time. Maybe we can speak with him next week when we go over to North Wilkesboro. But that's going to do it for us here at Daytona, ladies and gentlemen. Right there is your race winner, Joe Usnikas.
There we go.
Oh, there's Tyler. Tyler, do you got a copy?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here, boys. Sorry.
Yeah, I was
Hi.
trying to
was
drag you for
grab
like 5 minutes, man. It wouldn't let me. I was just like, well, dang. Oh man, P2, man, how you feel?
I'm feeling pretty good after after nearly going a lap down. Actually, I did go a lap down there very briefly. We had that last caution really helped me out, put me on the lead lap, and it was real entertaining just watching from the back and just slowly working my way forward. But yeah, real happy that one accident on lap 70 was pretty wild. Honestly, it was all
Yeah.
kind of a blur, and I ended up in just pushing Joe to the win there. Just glad to help. I mean, I'm not sure I'll be in it for points for the season, so might as well help a buddy out.
Gotcha. I was actually going
I
to ask
mean,
about that.
Yeah. I mean, that was basically it. I was just like, you know what? I'm content running back here and just push it as hard as I can. I'll get that win. It's a super speedway, so I came in with no expectations really. I was just gonna run a fun race. Yeah, and just kind of hung out there in the back when I couldn't hang out in the front, and it just kind of came to me. I mean, that was about it. Other than that, I had a really boring middle of the race. It was just me and Freddie Donaway just running around by ourselves.
Yeah, that is true. We did catch you guys a couple times running by yourself, but you came back fighting second. Dakota, I know you had a couple more questions for Tyler, so I'm going to go ahead and let you take it away, brother.
I was just gonna ask, what would you have done differently at the start of that race? That was about it.
Oh man, you know what? That was interesting because yeah, I felt like the outside line had a really good run, and then the inside just kind of took off. So I'm not sure there was really much I could have done differently. I didn't want to make any aggressive moves at the beginning. That was pretty much I knew the cautions were going to happen. I knew they were going to come. I just wanted to keep the nose clean. So, if it's other guys being more aggressive at the start, I'm just going to let them go. We got, obviously it was a long race. I ended up, me and Will both at one point were a lap down. So, it just shows that if you can just keep up there and be consistent, that's really the plan a lot of times with super speedway racing for me is just, let the guys be aggressive and then push at the end when it really matters.
Yeah, I 100% agree. I mean, my philosophy is, keep it clean. The last lap, I mean, I'm not lifting. That's just how I look at it.
Exactly. So yeah, it was. Other than that, it was a real fun race. I just got lucky to not get really tagged with any of the incidents. But, a little bit of luck always plays a part.
That is very true. And congratulations again on your P2. Is there anyone you'd like to shout out real quick?
Yeah, I'd like to shout out my wife. She showed up when I was like halfway through the race and came and torqued my face just to try to get me to mess up. But I held strong.
Hey, I mean, I ain't gonna lie, I probably would have folded myself.
But yeah, that just all the guys. Obviously, my roommate, the wind, it sucked he got taken out. I'd love to have been run up there with him as well. He definitely deserves a win on a super speedway one of these days.
Yeah, for sure. And
He said one of these days.
and make sure you tell the wifey we said thank you for allowing us to have you for the evening.
Absolutely, I will. I appreciate it, guys. Thanks for commentating every one of these races. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem, man.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, driver of that number 37 machine, Tyler Campbell, is not looking to run full time with us this season, but he sure in heck does not mind pushing somebody to the race win. Overall, man, what a wonderful race, and we're not going to keep you guys any longer. Just thank you guys so much for joining us. We will see you all next week at at North Wilkesboro. And until then, ladies and gentlemen, you know how it goes. You guys have yourself a beautiful time zone. And until then, ladies and gentlemen, see you guys next time.
This has been a production of the iCast Racing Network powered by iRacing. Thank you for your continued support. Don't forget to like and subscribe for notifications for all of our live events right here on YouTube and Twitch. We would like to thank SDK Gaming for their production overlays that makes this event enjoyable. Until next time, happy time zones.